In order to compute the F observation score, first we need to compute SS within and SS between separately. This page helps us to compute the SS within. So the first column is the aspirin scores. First, we add them up to compute the sum of the aspirin scores, which is 16. Then we take the mean. 16 divided by 4 people, we have 4. For each individual scores, we square each individual scores. So 3 squared is 9, 5 squared is 25, 3 squared is 9, and 5 squared is 25. Next, we add them up. We get 68. So SS within for the aspirin group is this formula: sigma y1 square minus sigma y1 square divided by n1. So the first part, sigma y1 square is 68. That is, we square each individual score and add them up, which is 68. Then the second part of this equation, sigma y1, then square. So this is the sum of all the y's in the aspirin group, which is 16. Then we take the square of 16. The bottom is the sample size of the aspirin group, which is 4. So it becomes 68 minus 16 squared divided by 4, which is 4. Therefore, SS within for the aspirin group is 4. Then we work on the Tylenol group. Sample size is 5. We add each individual score together, we get 16. We take the mean, 16 divided by 5, which is 3.2. We square each individual score, so we get 4, 4, 16, 16, 16. We add them together, we will have 56. Then we compute SS within for the Tylenol group. So it is 56 minus 16 squared divided by 5. We will get 4.8. That is the SS within for the Tylenol group. We keep on with the herb group. So we add all the individual scores together, we have 8. We divide 8 by 4, we have 2, the mean score for the herb group. We square each individual score, so we have 4, 1, 9, 2. We add them together, we get 18. Then the formula is 18 minus 8 squared divided by 4. We have 2. So sum of the square for the herb group is 2. Next, we can compute SS within and MS within, the mean square for the within, the denominator. So SS within, the overall within is 4 plus 4.8 plus 2, which is 10.8. Then the MS within is 10.8 divided by degree of freedom for within, which is 10. We will have 1.08. Remember, the degree freedom for within is sample size 1 minus 1 plus sample size 2 minus 1 plus sample size 3 minus 1. So it is 4 minus 1 plus 5 minus 1 plus 4 minus 1, which is 10. Next, we compute the sum squares for between and the mean squares for between the numerator. So with this table, we can also compute the ground mean. So the ground mean equals to the group mean for the aspirin group plus the group mean for the Tylenol group and the group mean for the herb group. So it is 4 plus 3.2 plus 2 divided by 3, which is 3.07. This is called ground mean. Then SS between equals to sigma nk multiply y bar k minus y bar, square it. So what it means? It means for each individual group, we multiply the sample size. As example, for the aspirin group, the sample size is 4. Then we use the group mean minus the ground mean. So the group mean for the aspirin group is 4. The ground mean is 3.07. Therefore, it is 4 minus 3.07, and we square it. So similarly, for the Tylenol group, we use the sample size 5 multiply 3.2, the sample mean for the Tylenol group, minus the ground mean, and we square it. Then for the herb group, the sample size is 4, the group mean is 2, the ground mean is 3.07. Then we square it and multiply by sample size. Overall, we will have 8.1. That is sum of the squares for between. And the mean squares for between equals to this 8.1 divided by degree of freedom for between 2, which is 4.05. So finally, we can create this ANOVA source table. So in this source table, we have the between group variance, within group variance, and the total variance. So first, the between group DF is 2, and the within group DF is 10. SS for overall DF is 2 plus 10, which is 12. The SS between is 8.1, SS within is 10.08. So the total sum of the squares equals to SS between plus SS within, which is 18.9. The mean square for between is 8.1 divided by 2. It is 4.05. The mean square for within is 10.08 divided by 10, which is 1.08. Finally, the F ratio is the mean square between divided by mean square within, which is 4.05 over 1.08, which is 3.75. So the last step is to compare the F observation score to the F critical score. Since F observation score 3.75 is less than F critical score, which is 4.10, we fail to reject a no. The conclusion is that there is no significant difference across Tylenol, herb, and aspirin groups in pain relief effect. If you are clear about how to conduct a one-way ANOVA, now you can take out in class number 2 and work on this question.